Hey everyone, today we're going to discuss the House of Lords decision of O'Neill and Phillips. Now, O'Neill and Phillips is a seminal case in company law decided by the House of Lords that clarified the principles of unfair prejudice in shareholder disputes. The case arose from a dispute between Peter Phillips, the majority shareholder and director of Pectel Limited, and Ian O'Neill, an employee of the company who had been given increasing responsibilities over time. In 1985, Phillips decided to hand over control of the business to O'Neill while stepping back from day-to-day operations. Phillips also allowed O'Neill to acquire 25% of the company's shares and implied that O'Neill would eventually receive 50% of the profits. This understanding, however, was not formalized in a written agreement. When the company's financial performance worsened, Phillips revoked the profit-sharing agreement and resumed control. Feeling aggrieved, O'Neill filed a petition under Section 459 of the Companies Act claiming unfair prejudice. The main legal issue in this case revolved around whether Phillips' actions constituted unfair prejudice against O'Neill and what constitutes unfair prejudice under Section 459 of the UK Companies Act. O'Neill argued that Phillips' withdrawal of the profit-sharing arrangement was a breach of their informal agreement, causing him unfair prejudice as a minority shareholder. Phillips, on the other hand, contended that the profit-sharing arrangement was never a binding agreement and that its withdrawal was a justified business decision given the company's financial difficulties. The House of Lords ruled in favour of Phillips and provided a detailed analysis of the legal principles surrounding unfair prejudice. Lord Hoffman, delivering the judgment, clarified that unfair prejudice claims must be based on legitimate expectations that stem from enforceable agreements or the company's constitution. Informal or verbal understandings, such as the profit-sharing arrangement in this case, do not constitute enforceable rights unless formalized. The decision also emphasized that for conduct to be considered unfairly prejudicial, it must be both prejudicial to the claimant's interest and objectively unfair. In this case, the court found that Phillips' actions were neither unfair nor prejudicial, as his decisions were rooted in legitimate commercial considerations. The House of Lords also highlighted the importance of judicial restraint, stressing that courts should not interfere in commercial decisions unless there is clear evidence of inequitable conduct. This case is a crucial reminder of the importance of formalizing business agreements. Informal promises or understandings, even if made in good faith, often lack legal enforceability and can lead to disputes like this later on. The ruling underscores the court's unwillingness to rewrite commercial arrangements based on subjective perceptions of fairness. For business owners, this case serves as a clear warning. Ensure that all significant agreements are documented and legally binding. For minority shareholders, it highlights the necessity of protecting their rights through proper documentation. The decision of O'Neill and Phillips strikes a balance between protecting minority shareholders from genuinely unfair treatment and respecting the autonomy of majority shareholders in making commercial decisions. While the judgment reinforces the principle that fairness must align with legitimate and enforceable expectations, it also reminds us of the court's role in safeguarding equitable conduct in corporate governance. Ultimately, this case shaped how courts approach claims of unfair prejudice and set clear boundaries for judicial intervention in commercial disputes. Thanks for joining me in this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.